Yo, today's show is sponsored by ExpressVPN. Your online activity should not be public, so protect yourself at expressvpn.com/achievement.
Hey, what's up, super fans? Welcome to Off Topic. This show is sponsored by ExpressVPN. Stop putting your online data at risk. Get protected at expressvpn.com/RTTV. I'm your host, Mikey. We got joining us today Larry, Kai in the middle there, front and center, Trevor, hello, and we know your identity, Miles Morales.
How'd you know?
We all seen
Trying to get down with. Let me tell you, I don't know
You
how.
out of breath yet?
What?
He's already out of breath. He
all right.
sat down and ran
That's
over.
my Spidey device. Don't worry about
Did
that.
Iron Man give you that before he died?
Well, stop it.
Wait, does he know you?
Well, I know Miss Tony.
Right. Well, that's Peter though.
No, I know. I heard something.
I was snapped at.
Goodbye. I heard something, and two things.
Well, here's the thing.
One, how do they keep the package from not being so obvious? Two,
Layers, bro.
how do you
Layers.
see in these things? I can't fight in this.
You know what I like? I'm gonna sidebar
You use your
there.
Spidey senses.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true.
You're still developing. so.
Do all the Spider-Men have like a micro penis? Is that how they do it?
Yeah, yeah.
Hope
So
not.
mine's in the process of still reverting itself.
Oh,
in.
yeah, back.
I thought it just turned into a spider.
Oh,
Yeah.
no one told me about that.
You can see an odd amount of your mouth through that mask, and it's very weird. You look like an anteater.
Spider kisses.
Here's what I like. Okay, Trevor had an issue with his pack, right? Because we're still using lavs. We're not-
much
we're
like
not-
Alfredo.
We're not doing booms.
Pack issues.
Big time. But Alfredo had an issue you want to have. You know what I mean? How do I cover this thing up?
I
Anyway,
just kept walking around with my
they
mask.
try to do it discreetly, but it's just Nicholas snapping his fingers and pointing, so he doesn't say, "Hey, Trevor, your pack." But then the show just goes, "Me? Who? Huh?"
I didn't know. I
What?
heard a snap, and I went,
And it's just
maybe
the most
it's the costume.
It's the most. Instead of just going, "Trevor, we need to fix your mic," it's like a guessing game where the show still grinds to a halt.
You, and it was pointing to what I thought was Larry's Coke or something. I was like, oh,
Get that fucking Coke
is it
out
like
of
a
here.
brand thing? I was gonna
Get the Coke out of here. Slam it out. The man's dressed like Spider-Man. Get this Coke can out of the shot.
Listen, I don't know, man.
I will say, the reason why I have this is because it was, we were here, we were chilling, we did some Let's Roll. I think we did 2 episodes.
We did 2 episodes.
We did 2 episodes.
You know we did.
I don't know.
I don't know if one can
phase
go
out.
out.
Look, it's getting real hot in here. That being said, we had time to open some Alu packages, just kind of like chilling during lunch, and this was sent to me, actually. So I'm going to read this one out because this is awesome. Thanks for the hours of content. Throw this on with those ones you got. I don't know, maybe you get this in time for your anniversary. I also had a deviated septum fix, and it hits different after 18 years. From chat, from at Spencer Flems. So Spencer sent this over. I pulled it out, and I was like, cool, it's a
love
really
Spencer.
cool Miles shirt. And I flipped it over, and there was the mask, and I went, this is a full suit.
Yeah, that's awesome.
awesome.
It really is.
I also can't see this very well.
reads-
so
You can take the
reads
mask.
well
I gotta
on
rely
camera,
on my
I feel like.
senses. I know, but once I take it off, it's not coming back on. I do plan on taking it off, just in a second.
Just not yet.
Not yet.
Well, that's all we got. Kai, you got anything?
Really love the life.
Oh, is it my turn?
I mean,
That was a real abrupt turn, but yeah, no, Kai, we brought you in on our fantastic television.
I think we should try to
I wanted
look at
talk to
Kai
the
this
audience
way.
about- I
Oh, yeah,
know.
that way.
It's hard.
It's so
the camera's
difficult.
over there, and
It's-
we're all
yes,
looking
no,
at Kai, but
don't
then
look me in the eye, peasants. Let me look down on you.
damn.
Yes.
But yeah, Kai,
We should look that way at Kai, so we're looking towards the camera.
let's do it. Let's talk to him.
Yes. Bask in my amazingness. You know what? I kind of want to hold on to it a little longer. You like suspense.
Ooh,
Let it simmer.
me
You know what I'm saying?
gusta.
Let it simmer. What
Yeah.
do you like? How chat? How you doing? Happy Thursday.
yeah.
Memorial Day weekend passed. house. Like, just let's do a chit and chat. No, I'm just kidding.
Chat's blood
hi,
pressure
everyone.
is rising.
Yes, literally. I hope it's raising.
They
'cause I can't
collectively
believe
are
it.
one.
Yeah.
They're very excited. Oh, dang it. They're
Stop.
very excited. I want to look.
But she's right there. You can still see her.
I know, but she's very tiny. Anyway, Kai.
Stop.
Anyway, all right. Hello, everyone. So for the past few months, I've been in just a few Rooster Teeth videos, just a few, not a lot, a few. But I'm officially excited to announce that today, well, starting next week, I'm officially part of the Achievement Hunter extended family.
Oh.
Now, what this means is that, yeah, right?
No one else reacted.
Well, I was letting her talk.
I was letting her talk. I was doing this.
The camera.
Yeah,
was
what does
on.
it mean?
I know. I was waiting.
appreciate that.
Yes.
What does it means essentially is that you guys will be seeing me in a lot more content.
Hell yeah.
And, you know, as a longtime fan, I've been a fan of Achievement Hunter since I was in high school. I'm just really excited and blessed to be able to work with this company and, you know, this group of goofs right in front of us. So be on the lookout for
Did you hear
that.
that? It's been a fan for over a year.
Wow.
A year.
Longer than you've been here.
A year, yes.
Damn, almost.
Well,
there.
we're really excited to have
wait,
you
1
on
year.
board.
Almost.
So please, I mean, chat's already given the love, but I'll say
That's
it
going
anyway.
nuts.
Give her the love.
Yeah.
You're going to be seeing her around a lot more, and we're really excited about it. Wow, they're really flying. That's awesome to see. But yeah,
Coding. They're
And
coding.
Oh, boy.
we're really stress testing the chat, and I love to see it.
I do want to say one thing really quickly, and this is on a more serious note, is that, you know, a lot of people have been asking me since I was in the first Rooster Teeth video, you know, are you joining AH, Kai for AH? And I've been seeing all the love, and I'm not ignoring it. It was hard to speak on before things were official. But I do want to say the timing of this is interesting because just last week, Jeremy announced that he is not moving back to Austin. And then about a month ago, Fiona announced that she will be doing work with G4 TV. I want it to be known right now, I am not a replacement for anyone. Fiona is her own person. Jeremy is his own person. And I am my own person. 100%. We bring our own content to this, and we're here to be. And I'm just excited to bring something new and different. I'm not replacing anyone.
Yeah.
I'm just here to be Kai, and I hope that's enough. It's enough for me, so I hope it's enough for everyone.
It's enough for
Yeah,
us.
well said. And I also want to announce I'm replacing Jeremy.
It's true.
I'm going to be
There
in
we
twice
go.
as much now. Thank you. Thank you, Nicholas.
Well, Michael's stepping into the role of Jeremy, which means I'm going to be stepping into the role of Michael.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. So
Damn.
I'm excited.
I swore you invited me here today because Kai was replacing me.
Well,
Well,
no.
that-
Let's
well,
roll wizard.
I could.
You're going to be replacing
won't,
Matt.
but I
Matt
could.
replaces me, and then I
Oh.
replace you. So it's a
Oh,
real
okay.
awkward shuffle
yeah.
that's
Hey, dudes.
happening.
It's a
But-
puzzle piece
going on?
of
Yeah.
most
Guys, going on?
stories. There's only one Kai.
Break it
and
down.
it's-
Yeah.
Just
But anyway, I
keep
just
up.
wanted to ruin that nice moment.
Yeah.
Quickly.
Well, truly,
Very
like
quickly.
what Kai was saying, she's not a replacement by any means. We've been working on this behind the scenes for a long time, crossing the T's, dotting the I's, making sure that everything was like agreed upon, all on the same page. And then other circumstances happen. You know, people live their lives, and things are coincidental. There's no replacing here. So we're really, really excited to have Kai on board, and I'm really happy to see all the love happening in the chat. I can't look away from it, but yeah.
I'm excited for so many more Gmod videos with Kai.
Oh my God, you're
Alfredo.
Alfredo?
More. Wait.
Well,
What?
hold on. Wait. No, I'm
It
Miles.
took you way too long. It took you way too long to get the eyes right. Let me tell
I
you.
realize.
Look, let me tell you, you think it's all glamour with these super suits, and it's not easy.
I'm not me. Peter Parker's got one of those just like that with the plastic eyes. It's really hard to see out. So he tells me.
You almost revealed that you knew Spider-Man.
Then I knew Spider-Man.
He did reveal that.
Well, I'd watch out for the Sinister
Act-
Six now.
almost.
They'll-
But which
they'll take
one?
you
You
straight
just have to
for
like
it.
you have to like
Multiverse version.
plunk it to your face and then be
Yeah.
like,
Which version?
What? What?
Well, I mean, any of the masks.
No, what I'm
Anyone
saying
can
is
wear the
that, like,
mask.
you know, hey, you just publicly said out there that you know who Spider-Man is, and like I said, Sinister Six, they're gonna come after you. I know publicly that the public knows I know who Peter Parker is.
I tracked you under.
Shut up.
I know.
but
that you
I
know.
have superpowers, so I can protect myself.
The dude from Whiplash at the end of the Spider-Man said that it was Peter Parker.
Oh,
so we
Mr.
know.
fantastic.
The
did.
dude
Yeah.
from Whiplash?
Yeah, but,
Yeah.
but what
Yeah.
universe?
Tell her.
I don't know. The
JK.
multiverse.
JK.
Simmons.
Simi.
That's where you're associating J.K. Simmons as the dude from Whiplash.
Sorry, the
I
old
made
guy
that-
from the Legend
were you
of
there?
Korra.
I'm
made
just
that
saying,
joke
man's
and-
been in
Are
a
you
lot.
rushing or are you dragging?
Are you rushing or dragging?
Are you gonna be on my time. I made that reference the
Such
other
a
day, which
good
is why it's funny,
scene.
in the Achievement Hunter morning meeting, and I was like, and because I think Jeremy or somebody was talking about like how good of how good his acting is and how like into character he can get, and he's like a really good J. Jonah Jameson, and I was like, oh yeah, the guy from Whiplash, right? And it didn't really seem like anyone got it.
I mean, I got it. It's a great film, but you know,
I didn't watch it.
That's what
Juno, right?
Oh, that's right. He's in.
Oh my God.
Great.
He's in a million things.
Cora.
Schillinger, Schillinger. They go back and forth
Oh,
with the
yeah,
name
I mean, no.
Omni-Man.
Omni-Man.
Challenger.
Talking
Yeah.
about Jake Gyllenhaal. Yeah.
Quiet.
Jake Gyllenhaal.
Is he? Is that just like in the middle of the movie? He's like, let me tell you about OxyClean.
I'll say.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Omni-Man looks like a buff J.K. Simmons.
He does.
He really does look
Yeah.
like him.
Also terrifying. Just J.K. Simmons playing that character. J.K. Simmons playing that character. It just fits too well. It scares me.
And scene.
What was it? There was a whole discussion where we were playing Mario Party. It was.
I played Mario Party with you?
Yeah, we played Party. Don't worry about it. We played Party. It was Michael, Lindsay, myself, and Jackie. And then who said it?
I
Was
don't.
Lindsay?
I don't remember.
It
how
went off the
started.
rails.
I don't
Either
know how it
Lindsay or
started.
Jackie were talking
No,
about.
Jackie wasn't even there. Jackie
So
missed
Lindsay
most of
was
it.
talking
Who's
about
Lindsay?
anti-heroes.
Yes.
And was talking about Han Solo,
Solo.
being an anti-hero.
That's what started it all.
And then we went, this doesn't make any
And
sense.
you and I were like, he's not an anti-hero.
No,
and
not
it
at
began
all.
a big argument.
And then Jackie stepped in and went, well, Omni-Man is. And I went, okay, now we're really off the rails because neither of those two are anti-heroes. We're talking about like Punisher, Venom.
Also, the argument for Han Solo was, yeah, but he's good at the end. And I kept saying, but when is he bad? Like, he's just an asshole and then becomes the hero. But he's never really like an anti-hero, right?
Yeah.
He's just a smuggler
Yeah.
and kind of a prick. And then he goes, all right, I'll come save Luke at the end. Yeehaw! And then that. But like, I don't.
And the cut to Punisher who kills the shit out of everyone
Yeah.
in the name of good.
Or you said Red Hood, which is the same
Yeah.
thing. It's what Jason Todd, right?
Yep.
Is like the new age Red Hood, where he's like, all right, just shoot people. Because Batman beats them up and puts them in jail, and they get out. I just
So,
shoot them.
I'm just gonna get rid of him. And then they're
And it
like,
began a thing.
It was a whole thing. But
And then we kind of like simmered, and then Jackie came back and went, I want to get angry. What are we talking about? And like brought it back up.
it was wild. Han Solo, Omni-Man, not anti-heroes.
Maybe not to you.
No, that's true. Depends who you're talking to.
Well, that's it.
That's all the material we had prepared.
Yeah.
I wrote it all
How
down.
do you feel?
We
like,
burned
what did you
checking.
prepare?
Pretty quick.
Yeah, I mean, the script was not long. It was a
I'm
page.
checking, and I don't
No.
see.
I'm not Kai.
No,
that's-
and as someone who watches like minimal hero things, like I just got into Marvel Universe in college, I was just like, yeah.
What kind of shows do you watch?
anti-hero.
What do you watch? I'm not going to assume what you're watching,
you
but
watching?
I am binging a bunch of Survivor, and I'll be real, I'm watching a lot of Love Island right now.
I need to get back into that.
Love Island, which season?
I'm in season 5 of the UK. Are you a Love Islander?
Oh, UK is bad. UK is bad.
What? I haven't.
Man,
I
Here we go. Anti-hero, not anti-hero. We don't know yet.
Love Island's the anti-hero of the reality shows.
It is.
I heard the Vegas US one is good, but I don't have cable, so I can't watch it.
Oh well.
Is it good, though?
Are you a cord cutter or a cord never?
I'm a cord never.
There's a difference. Got it.
Yeah, my
Same.
parents had the cord, and when I left, kept the cable boxes with them. I don't have cable.
The only reason I say Love Island UK is bad is because the treatment of the contestants after the show is very dangerous to all mental health. So I try not to support that version. But Love Island USA though, my good sis Justine was on season 2, and she is literally my fashion icon. So go off, sis.
Dude, I I really want to watch the American version, and you're not wrong. I've learned a lot more about. And like even I'm watching season 5. There was a really like upsetting episode with Casa Moore and like a bunch of people like swapping relationships and shit, and like hearts were breaking. The host themselves was like even, and I'm not gonna go much further because it does get a little dark with regards to mental health and stuff. But like, yeah, I didn't even like, I didn't really know that. But like the show really obviously dives into people's relationships and like kind of digs at it and tries to like break people up and move them around and really cause drama. But it's purely at the expense of the contestants themselves, and it's not
also,
great.
I think the
It really
thing is
isn't
too,
great.
I think the thing is it's much bigger in the UK, right? Like
It's
the show.
huge, yeah.
So it follows them way beyond the show
Yeah.
and like tabloids and like the shitty press and stuff
Kind of like
that.
Jersey Shore,
Whereas
where like they all became immense like public figures for that time.
But
at
even
least.
then, like in the reality world, right? Like in the reality show world kind of deal.
Still at the upper echelon.
But like, I just mean like, I don't know. You don't hear much mentions of the people from the Jersey Shore, even when it was popular outside of like reality show kind of universe and stuff. Like everyday life, just pick up like maybe the shittiest of tabloids. But like again, from what I understand with Love Island in the UK, it's like everywhere.
Really?
You know what I mean? It's like huge. And so that shit follows them like literally in their lives after the show's over kind of deal.
I might have to
And
plug
what
in
makes
a
the show
cord.
so interesting, is that literally the whole premise is that at the end of the show, does love conquer all? Because the winning couple, only one of them gets an envelope for $500,000, and they can choose to keep it or share it with the other winner, and it's a random draw. So you forget about that though, because the entire season is just like every week we're gonna do a recoupling. Are the couple's gonna stay together? Are they gonna break up after being together for literally 3 weeks? It's not a long time to fall in love at all, but they
I thought it was like 3 months. Is it like I thought
3
it was like
months total, but
Oh, but
the
yeah,
way
some
they- the
couples
way
are
that the
not
show
together
works is-
long. Yeah.
exactly, especially with the most recent Love Island US season being during COVID, it was just like, you guys are living a world on Las Vegas, and we're just like, it's COVID. It's a pandemonium. It's kind of it's a panoramic pepperoni. Yeah, pepperoni's not a word.
Pepperoni.
That's how I like my
I like
pizza,
it better,
you know?
pepperonis.
Yeah.
Isn't there a reality show where they take like a couple and they put them in situations where it tests their relationship? I forgot what that was called. Like a hotel or something like that.
I wouldn't be surprised.
It's like
dude.
they like take a
Yeah.
couple and then they put them in different like scenarios where each of the pair is like talking to like different guys or girls or whatnot, and really like testing the strength of the relationship. And I was like, that's fucked up.
It really
Like,
is.
why? Why you put yourself through that?
Yeah.
It's too much. Sounds too much.
This episode of Off Topic is brought to you by DoorDash. Do you need dinner, drinks, snacks, a morning pick-me-up without needing to pick it up? Sounds like what you really need is DoorDash. DoorDash connects you with the restaurants you love right now, right to your door. But it's not just restaurants, okay? DoorDash has everything you need from over 300,000 partners to choose from, and the fact that you can now get grocery essentials with DoorDash means they've got you covered. So if you forget toothpaste during your grocery haul, or if you just can't bring yourself to make pasta for the 4th night in a row, don't stress about it. Just open up the DoorDash app, choose what you want from where you want, and your items will be safely delivered outside your door with contactless delivery drop-off setting. I'm ordering left and right, okay? I'm dashing, I'm DoorDashing, I'm not leaving my house. Sometimes I want a Wendy's, and I go, boop, I get that spicy pub, I'm eating it. Chicken, get the spicy chicken. It's the best one. For a limited time, our listeners can get 25% off and 0 delivery fees on their first order of $15 or more when you download the DoorDash app and enter code Off Topic 2021. I know the name of my show. It's Off Topic. And the code is Off Topic 2021. That's 25% off up to a $10 value and 0 delivery fees on your first order when you download the DoorDash app in the App Store and enter code Off Topic 2021. Don't forget that code. I sure haven't. It's Off Topic 2021 for 25% off your first order with DoorDash. Subject to change, terms apply.
I don't like it.
High score. Oh,
Gotta get that high score.
that's like that Black Mirror episode.
But
It's a lot of
who
creative.
cares about love? Like, as someone not in love.
Sure.
The shows I've been watching, because going back to that, I've been watching a lot of Hell's Kitchen,
Ooh,
great
completely
show.
exactly the same as Love Island. Also a lot of Kitchen Nightmares, again, exactly the same as Love Island. So that's what I've been watching.
Which
Is
one-
it that masochist of me to see
Which
him
one is-
yelling at people?
Which one is Kitchen Nightmares? Is that the one where he tries to save the restaurant?
I think so.
Yes,
Yes.
that is exactly
so
the one.
I like never watched that. I enjoy the attitude of Gordon Ramsay, of what I've seen, without ever really watching the shows, like knowing the media personality that is Gordon Ramsay, because it's very much like, fuck you, but it's not like unhinged, fuck you. It's like, I know what I'm talking about. You're an idiot, fuck you, which I love.
Idiot sandwich.
And I've got an idiot sandwich. I've got,
Could make a galaxy of
you know, I have like a smart TV, which hard pressed to find one like a TV that isn't smart TV on. But it's like when you turn it on, if you don't put anything on, sometimes it just defaults to like, if it's connected to the internet, like the TV internet channel kind of deal. And so it was on like a couple weeks ago, and whatever the internet TV channel that was on was just running Kitchen Nightmares. Dude, I watched like 10 episodes. I was like, oh my God, I love this show. And every time you watch an episode, it's like, you know, whatever, you know, it's reality. So, you know, maybe the restaurant exists is about as much as I believe, you know what I mean? Going into it, like how much of this is real. But like, I watch the whole thing, I look it up and I go, and they're closed. It's just like 90% of those restaurants still closed.
Most of those restaurants permanently close after that show because they don't do anything about it.
Or it's just too late.
Or it's too late,
way too late.
Because like you go in there and they walk in there and they go into the freezer and they're like, how long has this chicken been around? Like 5 years. I bought it in bulk.
Yeah,
And now I
it's
just
like-
put it in the freezer. It's good forever.
It's molding.
Yeah.
Oh God. Or there's like, I don't know, like rats or like shit laying around, and it's just like, how do you really recover from that? No one's going like, I want to go to this shitty ass kitchen from this TV show.
No, they cleaned it up, right?
Yeah.
See, you call them rats, I call them ambiance.
Yeah, it really set the tone.
Hey, you ever been to Gary's frat house? Get a meal.
It's an exotic location.
And if you lean
Get a
into
meal, pet the animal.
Exactly. You gotta go. You gotta commit. You gotta get like a full in a costume giant rat suit.
comp your
I see you
meal.
got a full in a costume now on this show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the costumes just show up. You know, I get a Kai, I get a Larry, and then I get whatever this guy thinks he is, a chucklehead.
Oh no, I'm a superhero, so let's just.
Okay.
Anti-hero.
All right. I might get a
Anti-hero.
With weird lips and eyes that are too close together.
It's kind of gimmicky. You know,
You had to keep moving the
having a
eyes
Achievement
apart.
Hunter show where there's just some character in a costume the whole
Right.
time. Yeah.
Role play is for the
The weak of the
nerds.
mind.
weak of the mind, the lesser red. A coin dropped somewhere in the distance.
Yeah, we did 2 Let's Rolls today. They were a lot of fun. And I'll say this, I don't know if it's a spoiler, Larry, but we got, we as a collective, I have no stake in it whatsoever, a nice new table for Let's
Yeah.
Roll.
Ooh,
It's really cool. It's really,
that
really
table
nice.
was like a year in the making.
I believe
it
it.
was. We were
Before
getting
COVID.
it ready, yeah, and then it was just like COVID hit, and we went. Guess we don't need the table.
It's like a gorgeous wooden table. It's got the Achievement Hunter.
It was
logo
Wesley
in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Wesley, he did a great job. I can't wait for you guys. I think it'll be in week and a half.
Yeah.
I think
we
people
have,
will get to see
we have
it.
part 2 of
We got
Sheriff.
of Sheriff, and then we'll be jumping into the first one.
It's
film
got
today.
cup holders built in.
Yeah.
Well,
Jack
one
was
side
happy.
is one side is for
Well,
left-handed people.
We
the other side
realized,
was
yeah,
for
we were on the
right-handed
wrong
people.
side because
Yeah.
you guys had cup holders on the right. We had them on the left. And I'm like,
It was
that's the right-hander side.
Yeah.
His elbows were banging him.
It's a lot of just
Kind of like.
No, I
figuring it
I
over
grabbed
to the other
Alfredo's drink like
side.
5 times.
It does. The people in the middle, it does put them a
roast.
little closer together. But I like, and this was part of the design, was that we had the outsides kind of angled.
Yeah.
So then you
Plays
guys
to
can
the
see each
camera.
other better to the camera. So in the wide shot, we're not covering.
It's cool.
people.
I just hid behind Barbara.
Well, I mean, he covered me a lot, but that's
Yeah.
because
Hell yeah, it did.
he was on the end and just kept going.
I
like
just
Just
this.
wildly
I kept
making
looking at the
gestures
camera,
He was
right
fucking
over your face.
He did a lot of gestures. We know.
Just a lot of gestures.
fuck.
You're done.
Well,
Done.
yeah. Well, when that episode comes out, that'll be the end of me, and I just wanted to say I
Well,
enjoyed
it
my
was all
time
in good
here.
fun. We were playing a game. You tried to win. Tried too hard, honestly. I would have just
I
passed, but
you could see in my body that I was pleading for help. I was pleading that someone would guess what I'm trying to do before the motion would happen, and no one did.
you played a good game.
So what you're telling me is I'm replacing Fredo. Got it.
We're not saying you're replacing him, but we are saying there might be an opening. That's, take that as you
Noted.
will.
You know, we'll see what happens.
Two innocent guys. One innocent guy.
One innocent
One
guy.
innocent
Now
guy. Do
one
not
innocent
associate
man.
me with this
what I'm
man.
gonna- That's what I'm gonna do on my Twitter. Former innocent
You looked
guy.
over at me and went, "You got me, homie, right?" And I went, "Boo."
like a limo driver.
Yeah. I just fucking stared straight ahead. Don't look at him. Don't look at him. Don't look at him.
Your Twitter bio, it's gonna be 2 words. It's gonna be guilty party. That's it.
Yeah. Yes, I did do that.
It's good times though. I petitioned. We just keep making Let's Roll.
Yeah,
It's so much fun.
it's good stuff.
That's it.
The cursed show has yet to turn rear its ugly head on the channel. I think we flushed it. I don't know where it went. I talked about it on this show weeks ago. Embarrassing egg on my face, huh? I don't know where it is on the. Sarah, schedule it. Anyway, Goop.
Can you say the name? Okay, yeah.
Goop will come out eventually.
You keep saying that, and people are gonna think it's called Goop. In one of the episodes, you introed it, and you said it about 7 times before you said the actual name.
It's been in my brain for months, and so by the time we actually scheduled it, it had been a few months, and then by the time we actually recorded it, it had been several more months. And so when it came down to the time, I was like, yeah, Goop.
Go up.
It's Go Up.
It's the name of the show.
I think some people nailed it.
And you were saying, welcome to Goop, and you just kept saying it, and I was thinking, it's only the 2nd episode. People are going to think this
I think it was the first episode. What an inside joke on the first episode. Well, whatever.
As of right now, I think once Let's Roll's over is when it's going to show up.
Yes.
Yeah, but we need to film them, Larry.
There's 2 filmed?
Yeah.
We got to edit them.
There's 2 films.
There's 2 in the can.
2 in the can and no more on the horizon.
But I mean, you can film more your month off still. Because we still have 4 more Let's Rolls before that would hit.
I have a month off?
No, not a month.
Did you hear that?
Off. No.
Wow. Hey, thanks, Larry.
Don't quote me.
This for me. Guys, I gotta go.
I just have a month, right? Like a month, just a month off. It's not like longer than
You're
that.
gonna have
a month off, and you're taking a month
cooler
off.
period.
You have a month off over your entire professional
It's called
career.
a cooler
Yeah,
period.
they're going to put you in temporary jail.
Temporary.
And that's the show.
You gotta be
Bad
like
boy
Monopoly,
prison.
roll the dice. like you
bad boy
gotta do.
He rolled the dice, Kai, and he lost. That's all I'm saying.
Yahtzee.
Yahtzee, motherfucker.
Just come back to the
Bingo
trust me.
on your
Come back to
ass.
this episode in a few weeks. You'll get it.
So, but what I'm hearing is Kai needs to learn Minecraft very quickly because you were taking a month off.
Well,
I never stopped.
let me tell you, it won't
No,
take
Kai's
much
getting a
to
month off
And
too.
you do what now?
Kai's getting a month off too.
Well,
We're
that's
all
how it
getting a month.
starts. You
Yeah,
join, then you have a month off.
Yeah. You join and you get that
That's like
sabbatical.
that's the signing bonus.
Yeah.
All right, now do nothing
Damn.
for a month.
Just chill for a month and get the hang of it, and then jump on in.
When I started, I remember I got hired, right? I was still living in New Jersey, and it was like, okay, I'm gonna move in like a month or something. It was like 3 weeks or a month was like my scheduled date. So I put in my 2 weeks at my job, and then I only needed to work like another week because my boss was like, if you don't mind, I have the guy already that's gonna replace you, and I'm about to start a new job, and I'd rather have him at the new job than like start and then switch. And I was like, oh, it doesn't matter to me. And so he's like, okay, cool. So I only worked for like 1 more week, and then I got off, and I went, oh man, I got like 3 weeks before I need to move. And so I was like, I'm just gonna not tell Jack and take 3 more weeks off of doing nothing, you know, like transitioning in between my 2 jobs. I was like, why not? I'll just play video games for 3 weeks. So I didn't pack, I didn't do anything. I didn't like disassemble shit, I did nothing. And after like a couple days goes by, he like messaged me one night and he's like, hey, can you get here like ASAP? I'm like, how soon? He's like, end of the week? It's like Tuesday. And I was just like, oh, fuck.
Shit.
So then I'm just like throwing shit in
Yep.
bags. I'm like ripping
it.
shit off my shelves, throwing shit in bags, and I moved here. And it was because Jeff took like a 2-month sabbatical. So I got hired to work for Achievement Hunter, which was Jack and Jeff got here, and Jeff wasn't here for 2 months. And I just kept going, is he coming back? I'm pretty sure I'm supposed to be working for him. And Jack's like, yeah, he'll be back. He'll be back. And like a month, maybe 6 weeks after I moved, I went to lunch with Jack one day, and Jeff like met us in the parking lot, had a 5-minute conversation, and he walked away. He's like, hey, by the way, thanks for moving. And I was like, do you still work here? Oh, okay, bye. And I was like, fuck, what did I do?
That sounds like Jeff. Anyway, okay.
Similar stories, like when I got hired, you know, I came down, I chem tested, and then they're like, you need to come back down and chem test one more time because, you know, the first time I came down,
First time didn't count.
it
Never
didn't
does.
count because, you know, partially counted because Michael and Gavin weren't here, and I had to meet Michael and Gavin and get the whole team's like perspective and whatnot.
And now look,
Needed my approval, did you?
Then, so I came back, did another round of chem testing, and then there was the whole thing where hung out with everybody for a couple more days, walked back into the office, and Jack was like, "Congratulations," and I was like, "Wait, congratulations for what?" And he's like, "Oh, no one told you, like, we want to hire you." And I was like, "No one told me shit. Like, I have no idea. I have to go fly out in a couple hours. No one said anything." And then I was like, "Cool, awesome." And then from that point on, like a month and a half, 2 months passed by, and I went, my lease is up in like 2 weeks. I should probably give him a call. And I was like, "Hey, so is there like paperwork I should sign? Does anyone else but Jack know that I'm in this job?" And they're like, "Yeah, we'll send it right over." And then I was like, "All right, can we rush it along? Because my lease is up in a couple weeks and I wouldn't want to renew it."
That's when you get the text from Jack that says, "Turns out I was wrong."
Yeah. I'm sorry. I jumped the gun.
It was the other Fredo.
That's it.
It was different. Yeah.
I remember, like you said, I missed it the first time you were here. And then you came back, chem tested, went really bad. I just remember like, oh my God. It was rough.
I pleaded.
It was rough.
you begged, they begged, the opposite.
And it was like,
begging.
I was looking for a hook for someone to like drag this guy off the stage. And he mentioned something about PCs, and I was like, fuck, I gotta get a PC. He's like, I could build you one. And I was like, yo, this guy needs to get hired now.
Yeah, we need to hire this guy.
Let me
Bring
tell
him
you,
on
this guy
board.
just fucking works out. You know what I'm saying? Like, get him down here ASAP. The faster he builds me a PC, the better. When did Alfredo start? I don't know, sometime around September 2017, because that's when I got a PC.
August 7th. And yeah, it was September.
He works fast.
Yeah.
He works fast.
I was like,
he
"Oh, should I
started,
get
he
the
started
real
working there. I said,
PC?
hey,
Fuck
welcome to
yeah."
Austin. You got 1 month, or I'm rescinding my recommendation.
Yeah,
Almost a year.
That was a good time because I came down and I was just like, all right, I already know a feel for like how you guys work and all that kind of stuff. Wasn't like a fan, but I knew of you guys and knew of you guys' content.
Hated
I
our
was
content.
I could
Yeah,
roll
that was
with it.
insulting.
And I was like, I
Hated
could
our
roll with
stuff.
this. You know what I'm saying? I was like, sure, I could do this. And I remember it was just like, it was really fun because like after we'd film something, we'd be like, let's go back and film something else. And I was like, I think it's going out pretty well. And then no one but Jack told me I was hired. So I was.
Yeah, I'm sure no one else knew.
Yeah, that's
honestly.
true.
I don't remember.
But
You weren't there. You weren't born yet.
I wasn't born yet. No, I wasn't hired yet.
Yeah.
I remember we were pretty transparent though, like with the chem test, which in case anyone hasn't heard of it, it's a chemistry test. Just so we know if people work together.
lingo.
It's the lingo, and I think
Try
we
to
made
keep
it up.
dummy.
We were at what was that burger place?
Learning the periodic table.
P. Terry's.
Yeah.
yeah,
And we were in like,
Petey Terry.
Lot of
and Lewis
chemical
is like,
filters.
so, basically like what you see, like very open, like so.
Do you like what we have
Do you like
here?
what you like?
Do you like what we have?
He was
to
offering you a
offer?
job at P. Terry's.
What do you think of these fries?
You misunderstood
You
what
like
he was
the
offering.
ambiance?
He manages there on the side.
And then I think what happened was like,
Yeah.
it was like Jeff and Lewis walked ahead of us or behind us, and then you and I were left on the sidewalk, and I was like, I'm pretty sure that means what it means. Like, I think you're in, but you were like, I think so too. But it was like, it was really
We
weird. 'cause
did not know
Lewis
be-
never like just says it. He never like
Yeah.
spells it out. So we were like,
Well, then-
that was very candid. So I'm like, oh no, you're good. I think that's what that means. But then you're right. It was like, hey, my lease is coming up. Can we, like,
well, because
not.
we split off because you drove me over there, and then so pretty much like Jeff was walking away and was just like, all right, I'll see you again soon.
Jeff
and I
walks
went,
away.
and then they just walked away. Jeff and Lewis walked
told me
away.
that one.
And I looked
No,
at
that's
I
what he
looked
did.
at Trevor and I went,
That's what he did.
what the fuck does that mean? Trevor went, I don't know.
He went to,
He was like, I don't know.
I remember now. He went to
soon
his
means
car.
soon.
He went to his car and he's like, welcome to the team or whatever. I don't know. And then he got in his car and then left. And
Yeah.
it was the most ambiguous, like,
was-
hey, definitely gonna hire you, but also like, hey, good luck. I don't know. And
Yeah.
then
I
he,
was like,
off
what
he
the
drove.
fuck? And then cut to now, Kai's stepping in as I step out.
Yep.
Not
Well, you're stepping out into his role. And then
Yes.
you're
Well-
stepping out into,
Well, hopefully.
or was it the opposite? I don't remember. The callback's gone.
We don't know.
It's fine.
We don't know. Try to keep up.
We don't like
The
it.
bit's over.
Yeah.
The bit's dead.
Kai is the new face of Achievement Hunter. That's all we know.
It's good though. We need this because like the face has been a little
Hang on.
similar? For a few years.
Like round?
You are a little round, yeah. Yeah.
This episode of Off Topic is brought to you by Movement. Is there anything Movement can't do? Sure, they started off with fairly priced and really good-looking watches, but they've also got sunglasses, minimalist jewelry, blue light filtering glasses, and other style essentials. I guess that's why they called it a Movement, okay? Movement's got stylish everything. I'm rocking the marquee glasses here. You might have seen the last time I wore them, I had a blue lens. Okay. Also have these poppin' oranges. They go well with my hat, with my look. I think I'm looking classy, I'm feeling classy, and most importantly, sun's not in my eyes, okay? I'm just cruising, and I'm looking good doing it. Movement watches look and feel like fancy $400 or $500 watches, but they cost a fraction of that. You get a beautiful watch shipped to you, to your door for free, and if you don't love it, guess what? You can ship it right back for free too, and Movement continues to change the game with their Ever-Scroll blue light filtering glasses. I spend my whole day in front of screens and other sources of blue light, like right now, and glasses really help with eye strain and poor sleeping patterns. If you want to elevate your look with style that doesn't break the bank, then join the Movement and get 15% off today with free shipping and free returns by going to mvmt.com/offtopic. Again, that's mvmt.com/offtopic.
Make eye contact.
Can I just say, can we get Alfredo, can you stand back up? Because you had cheeks, dude.
Is it?
Oh, you cheeked up?
Yo,
He's cheeked
turn
up.
around. Look at his cheeks.
Wait, with your consent, if you want to cheek it up. I saw a jiggle.
Look at his cheeks. Oh,
You got to scooch.
I don't know if I saw you.
Shit!
You don't have to face that way.
Hey, we got Black Widow.
Shit, dude!
No. I can't tell if it's the booty or the thighs jiggling. Is it the
Stop
thighs or
wiggling,
the
dude.
booty? One?
Does it?
Wait, twerk. Hey.
Damn.
No,
I'm still waiting for my cartwheel.
Oh, yeah. You owe Kai a
Dude,
cartwheel.
yes.
You cannot do that cartwheel on YouTube.
Now that I have
Head to Rooster.
now that I have the suit, I am now empowered. You know what? Backflip. Here we go. First time ever, but it's
No.
a suit. No, I'm not doing that.
What?
Wait, if I do a cartwheel, it's gonna be ass jiggling.
You just got to do the racing
fast.
cartwels.
Here it comes.
Just like hands
that
over
the-
the
You
ween.
went from the other way and it was.
What the? No, the other way is
Can't
worse.
do the other way.
The other way is worse.
She knows that. That's why she's telling you to do
All
it.
right, well,
Yo, that was a pretty clean cartwheel.
I haven't quite went in a while. I keep forgetting.
Like a naked man. Like,
All right.
just put a big old blur across that area just in case.
I mean, this
Lift one leg up.
is
Not
your own
that big.
undoing. Like you were wearing like
In
a
my
full
defense-
outfit.
Yeah, I had.
And then you went, no, I'm gonna strip
Yeah.
out of it.
Yeah, well, because
In my defense,
it was
I
all
said,
lumpy.
Hang on. What's
I
up, Kai?
said turn around because you know my front isn't like y'all's front. It's a little flat for me, so I was just like, just do it. I didn't know.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah,
do it.
he's being a baby. I don't really
yeah.
understand.
Well, I mean, here's the
could've did
thing.
it.
I did put this on top of my jeans and shirt.
you look like a man wearing a jeans and shirt.
I was like, I can see. This was, I can see your jeans, and
I
I'm
can see your jeans.
Oh, okay,
I
well.
can see your watch. It was like,
That part was funny.
It's like
around the waist.
it's just reverse Superman. It's like I'm ready to be a normal
I
person.
was about to say the same thing, Larry. I was about to say the exact same thing.
and now I'm blending with the crowd.
yeah.
Wait, is that Spider-Man?
Oh, man. I missed
There's always a
Spider-Man.
torn up Spider-Man outfit all over the place.
Look at that guy over there who's got a string of web coming from his butt going down the street.
Hey,
That's
Trevor,
awesome, right?
I've got word from Sarah that Go-Op is July 6th.
Damn, really?
That's what she said.
Oh my god.
Oh.
Oh,
What?
okay.
What is that reaction?
I don't know.
What do you mean? Why'd you make those noises? Because you can't. You're so excited.
It was
to premiere.
It was filmed another life ago. A galaxy far,
another
far.
I wasn't
World.
lying. I said we were gonna finish Let's Roll and then Goopies comes.
And Goopy. For YouTube, probably.
Yeah.
Probably.
We
for
getting
YouTube,
Goopy?
with the week delay.
No, this is sight. YouTube's gonna be another week
It'll exist at some point.
for 2 whole episodes.
Yup. Stop it.
I'm fried. I've been here since 10.
Yeah,
Well,
early.
Yeah.
ish. Call time was 10. I went, they're not gonna be ready at 10.
And we weren't.
And you weren't. And I showed up at about only 10 minutes after, and I saw Trevor pulling up right next to me. I think he was following me.
I was tailing him.
Just practicing for when you really want to tail someone.
Well,
It was good.
Yeah.
I like to be seen. I like to be
That's
noticed.
gotta be-
That,
Tail like 5 feet from the car.
I just hitch on so I can save some gas, you know?
that cowboy's starting to burn a hole in my
Drafting.
belly.
Oh, you got some like.
Got some fire
Yeah.
That was my first cowboy, and it's
Spicy
sitting
chicken
nice.
sandwich.
It's
cut.
very good.
It's sitting nicely in there, but I mean, you've got the cheese impacted in you. You've got the spice from the jalapenos in there. I'll feel it when it's gone through. You get a little bit of sizzle hole
it'll
on the
wake
way
you up.
out. Waking up to it, woo.
It'll wake you up. I mean, whether you're awake or not.
I tell you, on the way out, my spider senses will be tingling.
They should be tingling a lot.
There it
more than
is.
that. I think your regular senses are going to be tingling when it's coming out.
All of my senses.
Okay. What happened?
How did we get here?
Well, maybe, I don't know, Kai. Maybe 2 Let's Rolls before off topic is too much.
Maybe it is. Well, we did that 2 weeks ago too, and it was too much that we didn't even start the game. I think it was 15 minutes of content before the game even began.
Well, you
and
say
Mad-
content.
I mean, it was the first
It
one
was
back.
material.
It was
Technically.
time that happened.
Yeah, it's time that will pass
a
for
part
those
of my
who use
part of my
that.
life that I lived.
Yeah.
I mean, there's two armies in the audience, which the one is like, this is great. I'm so happy to see them back. And the other one's being like, they didn't tell you this, but the game starts 10 minutes into the video. Here's the time.
I mean, a worthwhile.
They're not armies. Unless they're unified against us.
Oh yeah, I guess they don't like
Yeah,
BTS
that's true.
or the BTS.
BTS.
Yeah.
Who doesn't like
Real?
BTS?
That's army.
You
That's
mean behind the scenes?
Hammer?
Yeah.
Made out of human.
Yeah.
I'm
Kai,
lost.
don't be joshing. Okay.
BTS.
You don't
back
know
behind
BTS? Talk about the BTS.
I'm rocking. The BTS.
Okay. You're
I work
rocking?
backstage. Yeah.
Can I get a pass?
Stop.
Get some help.
How many of them are there? Is it like 5? Is it like a boy band?
Oh, it's 7.
BTS?
It's 7. I learned
that
this.
many
I learned this
people?
because the beat. Over
How
the
does everyone
weekend.
sing in a song?
I don't know.
I mean, most of them probably have like one line each.
Yeah,
I mean, that's how
exactly.
Backstreet Boys work. They were like,
Did you guys hear they have a new member though, and his name is K-pop Killer from Dead by Daylight. He's the trickster. He's great.
Whoa.
so
Everyone
now,
was thirsting over
did
K-pop
he
Killer.
join BTS and then they put him in Dead by Daylight, or did he debut in
think
Dead by Daylight and
after
then they went, we
seeing-
like this guy, and they added him?
Yeah, I think after, seeing how not only beautifully sexy this man was, but also getting threatened by a bunch of knives, they begged him, to join the fray because you can only be better when you have the K-pop Killer on your group.
So do you think he likes the sweet chili sauce?
I am completely
That or the
lost.
Cajun.
Is it sweet or is it chili? Wait, what?
Well, it's both. It's sweet chili.
Is that new sauce at McDonald's?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, there's
Jack
two.
got
There's
it?
two. There's sweet chili and Cajun.
Oh.
Yeah.
I got the sweet
That's the
chili. and she
BTS
was like,
meal.
It's amazing.
Which
Well, she should have gotten both.
I mean,
the BTS meal is just a 10-piece McNugget with special sauce.
But
With special
the thing is,
sauce.
what I'm guessing is they have access to that sauce in, I think, South Korea.
Do you think they
My
have to pay
assumption,
for
yeah.
their own meals?
What's that, Kai?
Who?
Like when they do a sponsored meal, do you think they also have to go into McDonald's and be like, I'll order myself?
I
I'll have what I'm having.
don't think BTS has been
Exactly.
anywhere near McDonald's in the last 5 years. I
Why
think.
not? They're regular folk, they eat cons. What?
I didn't
heard
say they
McDonald's
didn't
is better
eat
in other
it. I
countries,
said they
so.
didn't. They're not regular folk
Oh,
going in there and
to-
ordering.
yeah.
Yeah,
That's
I thought you meant me
that's
at
like-
McDonald's.
that's
the
like
food.
there's like a
Eats
6
that.
assistant layer
Oh, 100%.
between them
Oh,
yeah.
and a McDonald's.
Oh my God, it's the assistant's assistant, and then
Yeah.
that's how, they're very popular.
They're
I-
extremely
I-
popular.
Have I
That's how
heard
you
them
know.
without knowing it?
Probably through Jaren.
Probably.
Probably. I feel woefully
Or even like
ignorant.
they're in a lot of commercials.
Like, yeah, probably.
No, I don't
I love, like, anytime I do hear K-pop, I'm like, I it's like I like it a lot, but like I just haven't like really taken the dive to know like BTS music versus like any other K-pop. I don't even know K-pop band.
See, I don't know. Jaren's not really a BTS guy. I know very little about K-pop, but I know Jaren and Caden are the K-pop kids.
Yeah, Jaren's gone to some concerts.
Caden's all about Stan Luna. I hear his music's great.
Okay.
And then Jaren likes the Pink Hammer band.
The Pink Hammer band?
Yes, I don't know what their actual name is, but they got a pink hammer.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nora.
So wait, is
Yes.
Or Penny.
absolutely. Nora. Yes.
21
Nora
still
has a
together?
hammer.
21 Pilots?
No.
Yeah, they're still together. They had a meal at Chipotle. If you're wondering how it tastes, check out the 21 Pilots episode of Face Jam where we eat the 21 Pilots burrito.
Ooh.
I swore that was a bit.
There's a different.
It
That's
was
real?
What it was a natural segue. And
That's
good for
real?
us.
Dude, you take what you can get. This guy says 21 Pilots. I'm going to talk about the episode we did.
20, I guess not.
And also look forward
Oh, I know
to
BTS isn't the only group.
look
I just don't
forward
know
to
very
the
many
special 21 Pilots Chipotle long sleeve tee they were selling for a limited time. I grabbed 4 of them, but they were after Eric refused to buy them with a company card. I bought 4 of them. They're only available in smalls. So my suggestion to the Face Jam crew was we cut the middle and wear them like jackets. Hey, they were supposed to ship, so, TBD.
Boom. I tweeted out, like the chat suggested, hit me with your suggestions and your recommendations. Maybe you got some playlists out there.
Just hit them.
I think, is Blackpink the band you were talking
That's
about?
the one. That's the Pink Hammer band.
Yeah,
close.
I
Pink
knew
Hammer's
that.
close.
I pointed that way, but I knew it myself.
Yeah, Jaren got like a literal hammer, and then it like squeaks and it lights up. It's that's why I know it's
so
a Pink
cute.
Hammer.
Imagine that
That's
just in the crowd.
adorable.
No,
Yeah, he's a carpenter.
There's like
That'll do it.
There's like it's like they have to like special order the stuff from Japan. Like, dude, life of being a K-pop dude's hard. Like not like the people, but being a
Just like
fan.
that.
Where it's
Yeah.
just like it's
Is
like
it-
they make
They
you
get it shipped
buy like
over.
their albums
Have they made
over and
any
over and over and
progress?
over again, but there's like a different like trading card inside.
I don't think
It's
they
almost
make
like
Yeah.
almost like
Yeah, I don't-
if
I feel like that's
Yeah,
if you were
personal
buying like
choice.
Pokemon cards and it's like
But
but you had to buy an entire like album.
again and again.
One to get
have to buy
Charizard, like
anything,
one to get Venusaur, and one to get Blastoise. Except, but it's the K-pop people. And
What
there's
does Baby
there's
Metal
7
have?
of them.
Hang on.
I know
There's
Baby Metal.
They're
I like
Pokemon.
that.
Let me rewind on it. How
Okay.
did you pronounce Venusaur?
Wait, Blastoise, Venusaur,
I thought you
Charizard.
said you said Venusaur, and okay, maybe I misheard it.
Well,
I thought you were Z in that.
Venusaur is the
I had
one
to-
no one cares about, really.
No,
Let's be
Venusaur.
honest.
I guess I do
See?
see it. Yeah,
Yeah,
That would be the
Venusaur.
crossover.
Venusaur.
and It'd be a Venazorg or something. And it'd be like a.
It's like
all
Sailor Venus.
Look, I heard a little tiny something, and I had to attack it. My instincts
No,
were
it's fine.
strong. You know what I mean?
going for it.
just get me.
Yeah, but I feel like
Whoa!
he doesn't have to buy them.
Is that real?
Startled. Yeah.
I forgot how easily you startle.
I'm just accepting what just happened to Larry. Look, you don't have to buy every single K-pop album with the exclusive trading card in it.
If you love the band,
if you
have
love
to.
them, you can. Just like you can sign up to be a first member. You don't have to. In fact, it doesn't affect me in any way, shape, or form. Maybe I shouldn't tell you that. But you could sign up to be a first member. And that's the first bell. To thank any and all first members watching right now live. If you're watching this afterwards, the VOD as they call it, Off Topic is live every Thursday at 3 p.m. Central. So you can sign up for a free account at roosterteeth.com. Type in the chat. When we refer to the chat, that's the chat that we're looking at right now. And you can also, sign up to be a first member or try a trial and have access to many exclusive pieces of content. So many to name, I'll name 0. Just kidding. Last Laugh, hardcore mini golf, hardcore tabletop, weird place. The list goes on and on. Anywho, I've done, can't even get this guy, distracting me. Not even asking him to help, just maybe not fidget for 30 seconds or so. Ruined it, threw me off.
Distractible is what you are.
He's just wait. Somebody doing this. I'm looking right
Let me
at the.
distract the audience. Go to the wide shot.
I'm looking right at the camera.
Let me distract you.
Hang on. Ding.
There was no ding. Did you hear a ding?
That was a ding.
That was
There was no-
Caden
there
on
was
my
no ding.
watch.
That was added
Stan
on.
Luna, Trevor.
But-
Stan Luna.
We'll say
Stan Luna, his
And
music is
now Oh, we're done.
As a superhero, I knew better.
You knew better.
Yes.
I knew better.
I knew better.
There was no.
And I just want to say, as someone who is not in Austin, Texas, I don't know what a first is. I know what a furt is.
Yeah, but it's the
And
same
I
thing.
am
It's
a
the same
proud
thing.
furt.
Yeah, Kai knows.
Yeah.
Kai gets it.
Furt is
There's
easy.
a
Furt is
Furt
all.
Bell shirt too, if that tickles your fancy.
Furt shirt.
Furt shirt.
You dinged again.
Yeah.
I tried to drown it
that
out,
ding I
but
did.
my rage.
That ding.
That was a beat.
That was a
ding. Now you're acting like the
That's a-
first
yeah, that's
12
a
minutes
B.
of Let's Roll again, and I'm just gonna skip it. You son of a bitch.
I
Oh,
didn't know Let's Roll had this effect.
You're doing the and the you're doing both. You're milking yourself. The fuck is happening? He kept doing that today. He kept going, and go, that's.
You're the one that's supposed to be giving the milk.
Mama's milk.
Did I say that?
I don't know, but that's what it is.
Possible to tell.
Whether
unless
you
watch
said it
the
or
first
not.
15.
This episode of Off Topic is brought to you by Purple. Why go outside and deal with getting hot and sweaty and stinky when you can just stay nice and comfy on your sweet new Purple mattress? Purple is the pinnacle of reliable comfortability because it's comfort reinvented. They designed a whole new technology, the grid, to support your back and legs while cushioning your shoulders, neck, and hips like a giant adult-sized cradle of pure comfort bliss. And if you're a cool side of the pillow type of person, okay, which I am, who doesn't want to be? I don't know. The grid's design means Purple's mattresses and pillows never overheat. Okay, I can tell you this. I've had the Purple pillow, which uses the aforementioned grid, for quite some time now. Most comfortable pillow I've ever used to sleep with, coolest pillow, and the funnest and squishiest to kind of squeeze. It's very enjoyable. I love it so much I bought another one for Lindsay. So now we've each got a Purple pillow. I can't say enough good things about it. It's a very good, very comfortable pillow. Purple really is comfort for an uncomfortable world. Right now, you'll get 10% off any order of $200 or more. Go to purple.com/offtopic10 and use promo code offtopic10. That's purple.com/offtopic10, promo code offtopic10 for 10% off any order of $200 or more. Purple.com/offtopic10, promo code offtopic10. Terms apply.
So I got a little something.
Ooh.
I'm on a little podcast called Popcorn and Shield.
That's a lie.
Your spidey senses did not see that coming.
My spidey senses.
You went, oh
didn't
shit,
catch
they're
that.
broken.
Whoa, wow. But yeah, I'm on a little podcast. It's the official Warner Brothers movie podcast, and the episode that's coming out is covering the whole Conjuring universe.
This week?
Yes, which comes out tomorrow.
I keep telling myself I'm gonna watch that as a series, and then our children.
Please do.
It's
Oh, yeah.
awesome. It's great. Also, I had to watch all of it in like 3 or 4 days, and I was running through my house turning off the lights. I was a child. I was like, it was too much. But yeah, Popcorn and Shield. It's the official Warner Brothers movie podcast. It's on the official Warner Brothers YouTube channel. But that being said, this special episode is fantastic because we go through the whole Conjuring universe. Blaine, I said the word. Blaine, Elise, and I get to interview, on top of covering the Conjuring universe, Patrick Wilson and Vera Farmiga, who are Ed and Lorraine Warren, the main actors in the movie.
That they're based off of
They're
real
based
people.
off of real people, Ed and Lorraine Warren, but that's who they portray in the film. And that was awesome. They're fantastic people. Also, we've done a handful of interviews, and it was really professional. Like we sat
not
down.
on your end.
Not on our end.
Imagine.
No, not on our end. We had our background from our room, but like they had the two movie chair seats, like the director's chairs.
yeah.
Director's
And then
chairs,
it was
yes.
just completely like this white void behind them. Like it was like some kind of official Vanity Fair interview. And I went, for us? Nah, I shouldn't do that. But they were awesome because we sat down and talked with them for a little bit about the movie. But even that beforehand, they were talking to us and asking us questions and just kind of hanging out. And then Patrick would he made a motion and then you see it happen a second later on his playback feed, and he went, oh, there's a delay. So then he started doing this, and then Vera started doing this as well. And then Patrick stopped and he went, see, he goes one more. And I went, yeah. And I sat there going, this is awesome.
Do you guys have, like, I mean, you've talked about it, so hopefully people at home should know, but, like, you guys have had so many awesome interviews, and it's really awesome, I don't know, awesome, humbling to be able to see, like, you guys do some really cool and, it's like official. It's like you're on their channel and you're, like, interviewing
stuff or, like, you know, like we sit here, we're podcasting and whatnot, but here, you know, this is one where it's like, oh, we're talking to the actual.
Yeah.
Like,
Were you wearing
the big old movie star?
Were you dressed
Right.
as Miles Morales or no?
I didn't want to like.
Okay.
I was
steps.
like, I don't know. Like, we'll see where this goes. Maybe I let them know my secret identity.
Okay. Oh.
You know, which
Wow.
is that would be, I guess, I don't know, my side gig, I guess, which is Miles.
Because you're clearly from New York, yeah.
Yeah.
He's got the vibe.
he swings to work.
You know, you don't believe everything you read in the comic books. You know. Really, I'm from California, San Francisco.
Would
It's hard to swing
Spider-Man
around
work
San
in
Francisco, though.
California?
I really got to stick to, like,
Yeah,
just, like, 10 blocks. And I go back and forth.
Man, hey, crime right
There's
here.
some crime over here.
Yeah.
You dare.
Can't.
Could you run that crime back this way? But,
Traffic again.
That's basically like the Defenders with like
Yep.
Hell's Kitchen, right? Where it's like a,
Yeah.
like a 2-block radius.
Yeah.
They're like,
It's a really
we got
small
4
area.
people
Hey.
covering. Like,
Not our jurisdiction.
But yeah, it was a really cool opportunity, and you guys should check it out because it was a great,
Yeah,
it was a
man.
great time. So.
You even had Kevin Conroy telling new stories that, like, you get people comfortable coming on doing interviews and telling stories
tricked
and
them.
and like
I
no,
do.
they just
Yeah, I
like
do.
they feel comfortable.
They go,
They're like
"Gotcha."
they're playful. They're just being themselves.
That's when he
And so-
takes out the giant net.
I got you.
What was that? Was that Treasure Mountain? Do you ever play that PC game, Treasure Mountain, where you're running around and you gotta net these little fairies on the way up and do
No.
puzzles? It's like a kid's
Treasure
game.
Mountain.
Yeah. And
No.
you play these little.
I was trying to check it out.
Not surprised.
Yeah.
It's like an early '90s game, PC game. Lots of puzzles go up, and then yeah, there's a whole lot of nets in there.
Early 90s, I was blah blah years old.
Oh, blah blah years old.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Another
blah,
life
blah.
ago.
Once upon a time.
Yeah. You get a big old net.
Yeah, big on. Yeah, hell yeah, big on that. Oh God. So a little Gabu story. She is entering this phase where she, you know, her personality is really coming together, and she's starting to, you know, become her own self, her own little corgi, which I didn't know meant that she would just be done with my shit every once in a while.
Oh.
So we had a little like training session where I was like on the floor training with her. And I was like, you know, touch and look at me and sit and down. And then I was like, yay, you know, like really like high pitched celebrating. And then I was like, yay, got up and I started dancing and going, yay. And she looked at me and she gave me a big bark. And then she started walking away. And as she was walking away, she was like, and I was like, what? I was like, what is this?
Throwing barks over her
She was like,
Come
no,
on.
stop it. I'm done with your shit. I was like, what are you doing here? Like,
Damn,
I don't.
you're the enemy now.
Yeah.
Cut it out, she says.
She
It's
told me to
no
cut
good.
it out.
She's reached
And
her
she-
Stop the
teenage
dance and
years.
get some help.
That's what it is. She's a teen.
Yeah, she was a teen, and,
Yeah.
and then she went over to her favorite room,
Took a dump.
which is no,
Just like
luckily,
a teenager.
Thank God. But yeah, she went over to Jackie's room and just started playing with her toys. And I went, what?
Her toys or Jackie's toys?
Well, I keep them separate.
Hey, that's my bee. That's my jingly bee.
But yeah, she's doing her own thing. She's you know, there's some moments where she's like, nah, I'm fed up with you, Dad, and just walks
Yeah,
away.
dude, it happens.
That's unfortunate. I miss, well, kinda. Little young Gabu was
Damn, dude.
pissing at Reed.
They grew up so fast.
She's a handful, man.
I like to think that Gabu can understand but can't speak, so she understands the get some help and picks it up from Jackie sitting there on the screen and stuff. And so like you start dancing, she's like,
She's just like,
get some help.
Yeah,
and then walks away.
that's
and
really
that's
gonna
what it
embarrass
is.
her when she sees that. You jumping around here acting a fool.
yeah, she's gonna hate it. She's gonna-
Right now she's walking away from the screen going,
Well, she does.
Bark.
She does this other thing now too, where she goes up to the backyard door and sticks her head like between the shades and like, you know, the fucking glass, and she just like looks outside for like 5 or 10 minutes, and then looks back at me, you know, she looks back at me and she looks outside. I'm like, you've been running around all day having treats and playtime. You're not in jail. Like, what do you want? And then so Jackie's like, oh, maybe we should let her out. I'm like, no. She went out already. She peed. What is this, like, did she have shit to do?
Papa never lets me go outside.
Papa never acted like she never gets to go outside.
You're a dictator.
A little bit.
Let her outside.
Dude, I just look at her and I'm like, what
Sounds
do
like
you,
a prison,
what, you got
truly.
shit to do? What's going on? You got stuff to check out? She just starts looking at me like, let me go outside.
Wait till she starts asking for airheads first thing in the morning, and you say no.
First thing.
You gotta brush your teeth first, and then you gotta eat breakfast. Airheads like a lunchtime snack.
Yeah.
And then Gabu says, "Fuck you, man."
Just walks away. Barking.
Damn, that'll be the day.
It's a handful.
I'll wait for the text.
I'll send it
You'll
to
go,
you.
damn.
I'm like, look at her.
Gabu told me to fuck off.
Corgis are too smart for their own good. So tiny, but such big personalities. Every time she's like barking at stuff, I'm like, oh, big tough girl, huh? She's like, you know, dog 3 times her size, dog 150 pounds. She's like, "Rah, rah." And I'm like, no, stop.
3 times her size, 150 pounds?
Yeah, I don't know. That's like 10 times.
That doesn't add up.
It doesn't.
Dog's not 50 pounds.
Very dense.
She's like 18 pounds.
Gabu got big.
I'm looking real big, okay? Imagine she gets so big, her legs just stick out.
It's not cool. There's tiny dogs, their legs do that, or like I've seen like what are they? Like the hot dog dogs.
The dachshunds?
The dachshunds, and beagles.
Ah, yeah.
I've seen beagles where like their bellies are touching the ground because they just get a little bit overweight, and it's like, ooh, those short legs are killing you, and they're just like scraping their stomach.
Yeah, it's like stop feeding that dog.
Yeah, I saw somebody walking their dog. It was like, I don't know a lot of dog breeds, but it must have been, it was long. It was like a medium-sized dog, and it looked like a dachshund, so maybe it was like a combination.
Oh yeah,
or whatever.
medium-haired long dog. Yeah.
Something.
Gotcha.
And but it was like, it was
Had 4 legs.
dense for sure. Like it wasn't dragging on the ground, but that poor thing, I was like, you gotta not overfeed that thing. Like
It's like,
it's gonna be really unhealthy, but it's also like,
cut like a quarter of a cup out of its food.
and I'm like, oh, that poor thing. But yeah, I mean, some pups, they just get up there.
Yeah.
They get up there.
Yeah, and speaking of
drag it
pups,
around.
I'm not a pup, but I have to go.
Okay, great segue.
There was no segue.
Thanks for joining us.
So I was like, we gotta do it.
Speaking of pups, somebody needs to let Kai out.
Kai's,
And you know what the funniest thing, just before I go, I want to say one more thing. Anytime I record with you all, we all talk over each other and it's very, very funny. But here I was just like, there's a 3-second delay
It's rough.
when you all speak and when I speak. And I was just like,
Yeah, and it's not just 3 seconds, but it's just us and you because we're in one spot and you're in another spot. And really, they Alfredo was like, yo, let's just like design it that way for Kai so she doesn't get a word in. And I said, that's messed up. And he went, fuck you, man, I'm Spider-Man.
I went, I'm the anti-hero.
first of all, let's act like Spider-Man is worthwhile anywhere but New York. So he could be Spider-Man all he wants. That just means I could be better.
That's true.
Damn, dude.
That's true.
Yeah.
See, you know what Kai's doing? She's going outside of the radius that I could actually swing around.
You're going, hey, come back here.
Get back! I can't swing over there.
Dude, imagine, you're talking about California, Spider-Man in Texas. You just go, oh, shit.
Oh, damn.
There's one tree.
I'll walk.
Hey, stop.
Come back here.
You go, fuck, it's hot. Holy shit. The
fog
East
it up.
Coast is cold.
Well,
Well,
anyway,
thanks for joining
I'm
us,
going.
guys.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me.
Bye,
Bye,
and
guys.
congrats again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There
And there she goes.
she goes.
You know what? I'm clapping for her. She doesn't need to see it. I don't need the recognition.
Kai.
I'm bigger than that.
It's like a piece of us just left.
Well, you kept texting me, get rid of her, which I thought was insane. I didn't want to draw attention to it while she was here. I thought it'd be too rude, but.
Dude, I think the crazy thing is I was able to text with this on. You know what I mean?
It's a child size. It's pulled so tight your finger can
It's-
reach through.
It's difficult, you know? These things aren't built for, I don't know how they do it. Doesn't make any sense.
Well, it's fake. That's how.
No, that's
It's make believe.
What? Wait, you tell me I don't have superpowers?
But it could, no.
That comes with the suit.
No,
That's
but,
how it works.
But Peter
With the suit comes
Miles.
great responsibility.
and Uncle Ben.
What do we do now? Larry, any thoughts? Do you have a pocket let's roll we could play?
He's always just got one in his
Just in the
wallet.
middle of October.
Emergency situation.
I
Hang on, I have this folded
almost-
up in my wallet.
I almost brought a pocket game on the off chance that the 2 games went quickly and we could have snuck a 3rd one in.
What's it? What define a pocket?
Yeah, what
game?
is
Like, well, so it's
Like a deck of
it's a
cards?
love letter variation,
Tamagotchi.
but
it's a
it's
good game.
one. So they came out
like that
last
game.
year. It's like a like Infinity War style. So you actually do it's everybody versus one player who's Thanos, and so you have 2 decks and like it's like the hero deck and the Thanos deck.
Well, we don't
and it's in a
dare
little
speak
pouch.
his name. I don't.
Oh, sorry, yeah.
bring that up to me.
I'm sorry, you know, you can't with the Horcruxes and stuff. Don't
Voldemort.
speak his name. Oh, it gives him power.
Well, you
So, but I mean, it is.
You get rid of Thanos.
But it just comes in like a little pouch, so it's just a little right in the pocket.
Just make that sound.
You know, when it goes in, there's
When
a
you're
button on it,
walking, you go.
Oh, dude. So after you know, not Jackie. Jackie's not taking obedience classes. Gabu is.
Oh my God. So Jackie.
So after Gabu's obedience
You
class,
might be now.
immediately, I might be. I'm gonna be in the doghouse. Immediately after is like they call it agility. It's like agility like 2, and they were setting up for it, and I was just sticking around because I was like talking to one of the trainers, and they set up like this ramp. It was like this triangle that went. I was covering my junk. It went like
There he is.
it went up like this high and like pretty damn high. And I went, there's no like what is gonna happen here? And the amount of dogs that I saw run up this giant ramp, and like they're like, oh, you know, we train them to fight the urge. But the amount of dogs I saw run up that ramp and fought the urge to just take off into the air, I was just like, oh, this is bad. I was like, there were so many like dogs, big and small, that were just like, and then go down. And I was like, it just takes one time. That being said, there was like this really tiny, I don't know what kind of dog, this really tiny dog that was just like, you know, as soon as his owner said go and gave him his break word, he just went zoop, 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 like past the poles and up and down the ramp and then ran it like 20 times. And they cut to immediately after this chocolate lab that was much older that just went just really slow and just like, all right, I'm gonna go through here. I'm gonna weave through here. And I was like, that's a 9-day difference. But can't wait to get Gabu into these agility classes, let her run around, and then just see her take off.
Fly away. Well, then at your home, she's gonna be like ducking and diving and dodging up on the couch, and then in your cables and stuff. Like I've been learned that I can.
You
Damn.
know, she's gonna start seeing.
Don't
the
leave
cow.
45-degree angles all over your house.
Right? That's what I'm saying.
Sit there and take off.
Oh no!
I wonder, I don't know if she likes wearing outfits yet, but I'm not gonna lie. Once she starts taking agility classes, I might bring her into a class one day with a little cape and goggles and just see her go through the course. Because that would be awesome. But yeah, when we were in the middle of trying to get into buying a house, we were looking for a big yard, and I want to fill that with like a bunch of agility courses so I could just take her out and just go. And then she just zooms through it all. Because they need a lot of exercise. Because boy,
What if you take them out and you just put like, instead of doing all that, you just say, imagine there's something there,
oh my God,
you know? Or put on, instead of a cape and goggles, put on a little VR goggles.
Whoa.
doggy VR.
Yeah,
Run up
dude,
that invisible
doggo
ramp.
VR.
I think she has motion sickness, like I do, because a couple times she's thrown up in the backseat of the car. So I don't know if VR goggles.
She might
Let it
be
happen.
allergic to you, though.
She no, she loves me.
She's
You should get
rejecting.
Fredo shots.
She's rejecting. She almost threw up when you danced, and that's why she had to walk away.
Yeah.
yeah, she's gonna go on.
That's why she's bargaining.
She's gonna go on her Twitter and
You make me sick.
see the GIF and get really upset.
Subtweet you.
Yeah, I'm come home and she's not having
Damn.
nothing to do with me. Dude, Gabu subtweeting. It's fucked up, man. Don't let your kids on social media will ruin their lives.
Yeah, wait till you're an adult and ruin your own life.
Ruin your life later.
You're talking about getting a house, and it's just making me sad.
Why?
Because I'm working on it right now.
Sweet.
And it's
It's
hard.
not a
They're
race.
competing for the exact same house.
I keep doing it. Every time Larry walks up,
Larry walks up with, this one looks nice. Fredo's like, here's an offer.
Yeah.
Yep.
Ding, ding,
I just
ding.
keep
Welcome
going higher
to
than Larry
House
every
Fight.
time.
Yeah, he just goes, hey, how much
Austin
will you put on
edition.
that? I'm going to put $5 grand more.
I like to start the bidding at $1 above Larry.
Dude, it's crazy.
Your soul's
both
not
outbid.
broken yet because you said you're not looking. You're just doing all the pre-prep.
Yeah, we did the pre-approvals and we have our realtor. We're looking at houses in that area, and so we're trying to get as ahead of the ball as we can. But we're like a couple months away from actually putting down offers.
Here's the problem, though. You get ahead of the ball, the ball's going to crush you. Stay behind the ball.
Indiana
You know what I
Jones
mean?
didn't get crushed.
True.
Yeah, but look how fast he had to run. He almost lost his hat.
Hey, I can run pretty
Anti-hero.
fast.
You know what I mean? No, the anti-hero was the ball. At the last second, it didn't crush in. And
Dude.
I'm just going to live
I'll
here
wait for the
inside
next
this cave
one.
forever. I'll roll myself back up. Magnets, baby.
Getting a house is super exciting. It's definitely an experience, a stressful one, especially if it's aligned with any other stressors in your life. I think,
Oh, like a wedding.
like a wedding,
Yeah.
like what you got going on,
Trying to
or
do both.
So yeah, we're trying. Well, luckily most of the wedding is planned because we were supposed to get married end of April last year,
Why
and
didn't
then
you?
we just didn't.
She
feel
called
like
it off.
A little, a minor inconvenience
feet.
got in the way, and we just
Still
kind of had
thinking about it.
So yeah, we pushed it. We pushed it to November, and then we pushed it now to July. So we're doing that while trying to buy the house.
Nice
It's
and
like
cool.
we want like new life, being married,
New life,
new
new
house,
wife.
Same one, That's well. I mean, hey,
At the last second, someone else comes out.
listen, I can't
Whoa.
delay again. Anyone else?
I guess I got 3 weeks to figure that out because it's the school year just ended, so like Nicole's gonna go visit her
Right.
family in Indiana. She hasn't seen him forever. She's gonna be there for like 3 weeks. So I'm gonna be like, it's like my last time being like a bachelor.
Right.
Like, I mean, so,
You had to play all my
three
board
weeks to find a new
games.
one.
Well, you had the involuntary bachelor phase last year because quarantine. She
yeah,
got locked down in India
for like 2.5 months. Yeah.
2.5
Yeah.
months.
That's crazy.
Yeah. That was when you're
we
not
thought
expecting.
that was a long time though. Like we were like, oh, quarantine might go through the end of this year. Wow, that's big. Well, but
Boy,
January
we
next year,
wrong.
we're back to it. Like 2.5 months, while still very long, in retrospect, is now like the blink of an eye.
It's so interesting because it's also like we're used to the distance thing because I moved here to Austin first. We met in college and all that.
Sure.
So she moved like 3 years later. So there was like a 3-year gap of time that we were she was in Indiana. I was
Seeing
here.
each other from a distance.
and seeing each other from a distance. But like it's so different when you're not expecting it. When it is just like COVID happens and you go now we're separated and also
Right.
like the world is changing. You're
You
kind of
weren't
stuck
mentally
inside and
prepared
You're
for
not
it.
ready for it. And
Yeah. It's
Then this
buying a house
guy
can be
tries
very
to steal your
stressful.
house.
What's that?
This
Now he's
guy
gonna try
tries
to
to
buy my
steal your house.
Yeah,
Every
now-
single time.
I mean,
They're-
dude, it's a rush where I go, I'll put 5K
It's a
over.
rush.
And then they go, all right, you got it. And then Larry goes, I guess I can't get this house. And they go, all right, I'm out.
Pulling out.
really happened.
Alfredo has lost tens of thousands of dollars in fees.
That's fair.
He just keeps doing
Dude,
it.
it's so
many-
Oh, where they
a
just go,
rush.
congratulations, you got the house. You're like, okay, you can keep the option fee.
Yeah,
I don't want
Break
it.
the contract.
Plug in. I'm gonna go follow this guy to the next house.
What's happening really is that these two are squabbling in the yard saying, I like the house. No, $1 above him. And someone from California just has their
Dude.
agent drive by, FaceTime drive
That's
by.
exactly what's
And then they go,
happening.
all right, 500K over. And they're like, in cash. And then they just throw a briefcase into the field. And
the first
and these
house,
boys go to the next house.
The first house that we put a bid on, it was literally like, well, first off, I think I mentioned this beforehand, but I lost the house, but there were over 40 bids put on the house, which is
Jeez.
wild. But like literally, it was like we saw the house, and the next people come, or the people before us. It was like a realtor on like a cell phone, just being like, I don't know where the schmuck lives. Could be Norway, could be California, and it's like, okay, well, that dude has.
Realtor
actually
called
said
him a
that.
schmuck?
That
That's
dude's
crazy.
schmuck.
Wow,
Hey,
what
I
a shitty
hate
realtor.
this guy, but he's paying.
Well, I mean, that's what it was.
Hey,
See,
dum
now,
dum, you want it?
Hey, schmuck, you
see,
like
this time,
Damn.
second
Like the
house we got in. Now we're humans because we did like the cover letter thing.
Now
we're
we're
those
got
people.
to. You
So
got
yeah,
to.
so they're just like our realtor was like, you got to write up the letter.
What does that mean?
Like
With your offer.
Yeah, now I have to like
have to
you
write-
don't just give money anymore. You give your
yeah.
experience. So I had to go.
So
Like,
before,
You
what
have to
happened
guilt
was
them into accepting yours
Yeah.
versus
Yeah.
that
Mhm.
one.
So what happens when you're buying a house, right? If you wrote a cover letter, made it really personalized to let the seller know, like,
you know, who you are with the plans you have for the house and all that kind of stuff, that put you like ahead of the game. Now it's like standard.
Yep.
So what I'm gonna do is write that, and you write the letter going like, you know, this is gonna be like Jackie and I, this will be our first house. We plan on raising our kids here and raising our puppy here, and then we have plans for this, and then we put a garden in the back, and you write it and really personalize it. And then what I'm gonna do is put a couple puppy pictures of Gabu, and then have Gabu like do a little like paw print, really try and sell it. It's even got to the point where some sellers are like, I will not take personalized letters because I just don't want to hear everyone's story.
If and when, I'm sure I will at some point, sell my house, I'm gonna let that happen. If you give me a cover letter, I'm throwing you're out.
I figured there's got to be people like
You
you.
immediately lose. I want the person that shows up one time and goes, I guess I'll take it. Do you have money? Yeah. Okay, bye.
I mean, that's all you can
the fuck?
show up one time.
I'm already selling a house. I don't want to have to read.
Yeah.
Like
Get the fuck out of here.
That's it now, though.
That's wild.
Is average
and
on the market in this area right now 3 days.
Dude, I was telling you when we got our house, I don't think anyone, I think at least in that phase, I don't know how long it was like, you know, because sometimes people put a house on the market and it doesn't sell and they take it off and they put it back. So like, I don't know how long it was up. We saw our house, it was like the 4th or 5th house we saw. We didn't put any offers in. Some of the houses, it's like someone, this is years ago, but someone was like, just so you know, there's 7 offers on this house. And I went, fuck that. And then we just went to another house. Got to the house we were on, I went, let's get this one. And then they went, it's this much money. And I said, what if it's less than that? And they said, no. And my realtor was like, hang on, I'll talk to him. And they went, all right.
Oh,
and then
there you go.
Getting to go down.
You moved in before you bought it. They were like, sir?
Yeah. I kept coughing behind them while they were watching TV.
So much simpler.
Yeah, there was no, I was like, get a move on. It was just like, I want the house. And they went, do you have the money? And I went, well, the bank said so. And they went, okay.
Yep.
Do you want a letter? And then they said, what the fuck do I want a letter for?
Please, no.
No. What? That, I had never even heard of that.
Yeah, so people, they're writing letters, and then they're going, I'll go like 10,000 over or something like that.
Oh,
and then
I like the idea of someone going, keep your 10,000, but where's the letter?
Inside of Austin, it's not as bad in the surrounding areas, but houses typically at this point are going for $50,000 to $100,000 over the asking price.
I'll kick 1,000 off if you don't write me a letter.
And then people are waiving like house inspections.
Look, I know that's you're a moron.
Don't do that.
I get that some people. It's weird. It's the same people that like, you know, would want to buy a house and tell this story. Is at some point they sell the house. But I know for a fact I've heard stories of people being like, they're very particular on who they're selling their house to, right? Of like. You know, if it's people who like raise a family in their house and they've lived there their whole lives, they're like, I want to sell it to a family. I want a family to be raised here. Basically, like, I don't know, give it the respect that I'm like, I don't give a fuck. Okay,
I'm not there anymore.
I don't live here. It's a building. It's like the house is when you make it, and that's fine. But that's such a weird concept to me. To be like, this thing I'm selling, but let me make sure it's in good hands first. What the fuck do I care? And again, whatever, that's other people. But I'm just like, I can't wrap my head around that.
That would be great.
I can't wrap my head around that. You know what I mean?
I'm fantastic. Like if I
maybe
like
someone else will take care of it better than you. No. My father built it. Then don't sell it. I don't know.
Right. Yeah.
No, right now they've got you so over a barrel that written into the contract for the house that we just put an offer on. There's a thing they're doing now called Leaseback. So we buy the house, we get the house. Oh, has it? Okay.
Yeah, it's been.
So well, it's just where they go like, we're gonna live in this house for another month.
That way you can close on it, but they can still live there.
Well, it's like a weird thing where it's
like you'll own it, but
where
they'll
like
pay you essentially rent.
Yeah.
Pay me rent? No. They're like,
is it free?
No, they're like, we're living in the house for free.
What?
And we go.
Okay, so your lease
usually
being free is definitely not.
That's not usual. Usually leaseback is like, hey, we're gonna sell you the house, but you know, some things are come up or we need to be here for another month. So what we're gonna do is you're gonna own the house, but we're gonna rent it from you for like a month or two.
And that money comes out of
that's insane.
There's just like but that's what it takes.
Because then you're doing double payments.
That's what it takes to. Well, so the nice thing is my lease is almost up. So hopefully I'll be like, and because you typically aren't paying for the house till the month after.
Yeah.
So like I should have it where like I just finished the lease and then go into the house, hopefully. But yeah, where they're just like they're gonna live here for a month for free and you're gonna take it, you fucking bitch.
And they're gonna, they're gonna spend that month to like rub shit on the wall.
Yeah.
I know exactly what I'm doing. I'm gonna sell.
They're gonna install mold.
I'm gonna like go outside.
You said you'd buy the house as is.
Let's sell Barbara's house 5 times with a year lease back for free, and then I'm gonna tarnish the place. I'm gonna chain smoke in it. I'm gonna roll around with a.
Go on, little termite. Do your thing.
I'm gonna bring one termite and turn it into a festival.
That's
festival.
Yeah.
That's
and then
so
I'm gonna disappear from the
crazy
country.
to
Is that what it's called?
right now.
You got a termite festival going on.
Yeah, well, it's you know, when you're in an infestation, you might call it a fest, and then we re-lengthen the word in the business to festival.
In the planting a termite business. Single. What do you do? I go around. I plant single mites.
Yes. Yes. It's
It's
new
a
business.
revenge mite.
So
It's a very hot business right now.
Yeah.
You wouldn't understand. It's after your time, but it's very hot now. It's the best way to commit fraud.
I think you meant it was
You don't
warm,
you don't
'cause-
you don't
and also,
burn houses down
I'll say
anymore.
this:
You mite them.
It is hot. It's very hot. It's in heat. It's warm and it won't stop raining.
It's human. AF.
It's been raining like on and off is a stretch. Say it's been raining nonstop for 2 weeks with like a day maybe it doesn't rain or 12 hours it doesn't rain while being 85 degrees.
Yep.
It's so yucky hot outside. It's like, you know, living in Texas, you never really want to be like, oh, it's raining. Water's always good. You know what I mean? It's hot as shit here and everything dries up. And so it's like, it's good that it's raining, but you're just like, do we still need it?
Yeah.
Do we still need more water?
I love thunderstorms, but yeah, I'm a bit exhausted.
My yard has been wet for half a month. It's just like
puddles of
mud.
water.
I'm like, God damn it.
And the worst thing is
Dry
it's
out.
happening right when we all want to get out of our house.
Right.
Where it's like we're vaccinated now. Well, I'm you know, you come into the studio, like you know,
okay.
you're getting wet
that's
on your way here.
Getting
you know,
wet.
Yeah.
I care
like you're not
way
just-
more about the mud and the grass than like it raining. Because that's like, oh, whatever.
Yeah,
Cool.
yeah.
It's been raining for so long, I think it's wet 50 feet
Well,
deep.
your kids, right?
And
Well,
so
your
it's
kids
like,
go in a play
yeah,
and stuff,
oh,
and your
they're,
dog wants
they're
to go
already
out.
dirtying up, dude. It's like, cool, it hasn't rained for 2 days. How is it still wet?
Iris just falls into the yard.
It's so soaked and muddy.
Yeah.
Dude, with Gabu, she's always just like, let me out, and then I take her out, and then it's like, thunderstorms.
Does she not like wet grass, perhaps? Does
She
she do the whole like?
She's okay. So what she does is like she'll like let me out, and then it's raining. She sees the thunder. She's like, no, let me in. I'm like, no. You need to use the restroom. You gotta go potty. So then what I'll do is she won't want to go on the grass, but once I place her on the grass, she's like, all right, cool, and then she rolls around. But
Yeah.
Rain right now?
Look at
So
is that all
week?
week?
Yeah.
It's been like that for 2 weeks. So here's the thing. It's gotten to a point, and I feel like an old
Look
man
at
about
this.
it. It's gotten to a point where my schedule now revolves around that shit.
I'm gonna have
I'm
I'm
looking
gonna have a
I'm
pool
looking
when
at
this is over.
I'm looking at the weather app in Austin. Fucking
Yeah.
It's raining. I think it's been raining all day. Every time I've gone outside, it's been raining. Says it's gonna rain until at least 8 o'clock. Maybe it doesn't rain for a few hours. Rains all through tomorrow. This is the forecast as of now. Friday, 80% rain, 77 degrees. Saturday, 70% rain, 81 degrees. Sunday, 50%, 84 degrees. Monday, 50%, 84 degrees. Tuesday, 40%. Wednesday, 40%. Thursday, 40%. Friday, 30%. Saturday, 40%. All in the 80s. Stop raining.
And it's always
Please.
Is this what it's like to live in Seattle?
I don't know.
Yeah,
this is
kinda.
crazy. This is like the
too
most
much
it's
rain.
ever rained since I've lived here.
Yeah, or
For
Columbus,
how much we've already had, and to look at it and go, okay, it says for the next 9 days it's gonna rain. It's just like a month straight of rain.
Yeah, there was one day of sun last week.
Goodness.
And I was like, I had plans. I was going to stream, going to do some other stuff. And I was like, you know what? Throw the plans away. Because I looked at the forecast and it was that. I was like, I'm going to freaking go outside and get some vitamin D, get some outdoor time because it was all rain up until that day. And then since then, it's been all rain. It's weird.
How many
That
times
seasonal
I've
affective disorder, man.
slipped and fell because I just swinging through the city and just too much rain.
The web just goes,
I was like, does rain really affect the web?
Well, when I'm trying to run along, I haven't quite developed
okay.
my spidey feet.
Why not?
That's-
I feel like that happens immediately.
All right, look,
Yeah,
I get this a lot. I wasn't
saw
bit
the
by the same
hairs.
spider, okay? The spider that bit Peter Parker died, and so I got
You
bit by
ate it.
by a Lester spider. Still cool.
So his was like a
But,
nice
yeah,
little
but,
spider,
but
and
then
yours
you
was
got
like a
you just
C
got
minus.
another Peter Parker though. So who cares?
What do you stop it?
Right?
Right.
You just got a different one. You still had one though. You remember the French fry thing?
I'm Spider-Man now, though.
Oh,
Look at him.
but your feet aren't.
He's Spider-Man.
Well, they'll get there.
You're
They'll-
like upper body.
as
spider
as
guy.
my penis shrinks, the feet
and it turns into a
develop.
spider
Yeah.
as its fangs grow.
Dude, I don't know if I could wake up in the morning looking down at like that. Oh.
It would be too much.
No, just like little, just 8 tiny nubs, just going.
That's too much. Larry, you've gone too far.
It was a little too far.
Some would say not far enough.
Not many people.
You
would
would.
say
not
that.
me.
Yeah.
I think you would say that.
Maybe Alec in an empty room. About it. Alex somewhere going, go further. 2 spider penises.
His chair's leaned all the way back. he's I don't care. Go further. What'd you roll? Doesn't matter. You're dead.
I got an update.
Sarah?
What about Sarah?
No, sorry. I was
No,
going
it's
to
fine.
mention 1,000 years ago, I saw Sarah saying it in the chat that she messaged both you and Trevor.
Steffi did, yeah.
Oh, it was Steffi, you're right.
Yeah.
Uh-oh, now I'm in hot water. That Jaren is on OT3. It was way back when we were talking about Jaren and K-pop.
yeah.
Yes. Oh yeah, they did a K-pop episode.
Yeah.
Is that what you're getting at?
I'm getting at that Steffi was like, that's relevant, not relevant.
No, relevant. I like that.
And it was ignored by the two of you.
What?
She didn't send me anything about.
She said, well,
Oh, you know what Steffi did say? She did say that. Could you mention Jaren's talking K-pop on OT?
she didn't say anything to me. Oh,
Well, I'm just looking. I'm looking at my phone.
specifically
There's
to me.
that. I did.
Oh, gee, I bet you
don't know.
messaged Trevor too.
I'm trying to be engaged in you guys and not in my phone.
I'm
The
just saying.
only
the
message
phone
I
holds
actually
information. It's the thing I hate about this show, where like I look at my phone a lot because it's got shit I want to talk about.
Right.
But then you just look like you're on your phone.
Right.
Not giving
Hold
a
on
shit.
a
But
second,
a lot of times I
everybody
do
else.
look at my phone and not give a shit. But only when he's talking, usually.
I've watched the
I've seen
entire
it.
MCU
I've
series
seen it.
on my phone in this podcast.
Whoa.
Whoa. Do it. I sneak in some
Crazy.
scenes at a time, just like,
Dude,
man, is he keeping time? I don't know. Is he
Keeping time.
Dude, the way Nolan
speeding or is he
intended
dragging?
right on that.
Yeah, that's a Nolan.
We're on the
move.
watch, on the
That's a
watch.
Nolan move to really film it in 8K IMAX, whatnot, and then
And then crank up all the
remaster it
sound
for your
effects.
phone. Yeah, and really mash it down to mono and put it on that. Especially when you full screen it, it's got the little like the nubbin for where the speaker is, so you miss that piece of. If you watch a Nolan film and you look on the left middle side of the frame, you'll notice nothing of consequence ever happens there because he knows you're going to watch on your phone. It's the cinematic experience that you can take home. That's what he does. He doesn't like the cinema. If you're not picking it up, I'm being very
I
sarcastic.
don't like the cinema. Oh,
He prefers the phone
He
experience.
prefers-
Yeah.
He actually likes it when you
Yeah.
just sit there
That makes sense.
and stare at it
A
like
lot more
this.
intimate, is what he said.
Yeah, personal. And you can actually, if you listen closely on the phone version of his films, you can just hear him mouth breathing as if he's right behind
Whoa.
you. Because he likes to watch when you watch. Yeah.
I didn't.
He sits in the premieres facing the audience.
Are you enjoying my film?
I know you're a Nolan fanboy, so I apologize.
Huge into it.
You're the biggest
While
Nolan
I'm on
fan.
my like 3-week like hunt for a new wife, I might watch Tenet. Well, no, I got a message.
You need to
from
watch
Nicole.
Tenet.
No, I got
Put it on your
no,
phone.
I
You
got
haven't
a
seen
I got a message from
Tenet
Nicole.
yet?
She said, "What's to say I'm not husband hunting in Indiana?" So not only is she watching,
You
but
need to be on your phone.
she's like, perfect. You know, I don't have. We can save money on a plane ticket. I'll go marry some other chick.
Damn.
Goddamn.
That's my wife's boyfriend. What?
Oh, I can
Weirder
be like the
things in
AMC
Texas.
guys because they're always like, man, my wife's boyfriend hates him.
There you go.
What do you want to? Well,
Look at
okay.
this.
Well, I've seen.
It looks
you
like
could
you're
fund a Nolan
wearing
film.
like a
Yeah.
Quaker hat.
Well, you know, it's like when in like the movies where they kind of like put their thing up
I'm like, oh man, it looks so cool. They're like half count, and then it doesn't look as cool. How they get it to look
It
that?
looks like you're about to bring me 6 bottles of.
It's the colonial time.
How do they like
break it to you, but you're not
unmask
wearing the suit
themselves?
they're wearing.
Like, it's not.
In the movies, they have like a
do you
costume
mean?
person to be like, "Hey, Mr. Superhero, I'll make sure you look
Oh,
good."
you're talking
Doesn't
about
look
last
as
looks.
cool,
They get last
man.
looks.
Like,
before
This guy
that,
didn't get
before
last
that
looks.
Peter Parker
How they-
fellow comes takes an
This turd didn't get
unflattering
first
photo
looks.
of
How
you.
they do that?
You gotta hit the button,
Doesn't,
and then
it
it
doesn't look cool
shrink
at
wraps.
all.
You hit the button, it goes, and then it looks
Oh, yeah.
good.
And then turns into a yarmulke?
Because no,
It also
what?
take like 50 years to get into half of those suits because it's so tight.
It's all loose. Why doesn't?
all
Why?
loose.
I wanted Tom Holland to go the entire first Spider-Man film with the suit loose on him, and then Tony Stark comes in and says, "You're an idiot. I gave you the instructions," and he taps a button and he goes, and then it becomes the normal Spidey suit where it's
It's
hugging
a shame.
him.
Do you think most people have that same critique?
Yeah, I'm sure they do.
Do you think
I know
most people
Nolan
are like,
does.
same thing, man. I'm with Trevor.
I want him swinging around.
I want,
and then in the back,
an ill-fitted
from behind him-
Spider-Man.
from behind him, it's like Homer Simpson where it's all pinched in the back.
Also-
you see,
Yeah, as he's swinging, it was go.
yeah, you see,
Just flapping in the wind.
and then when he stops, he doesn't even have to pull the cowl back because it just droops out over his head. He's like, "Hey, I'm Spider-Man."
And he was hit by a car, and he sounds like that now.
Wait, I was hit by a car and my vocal
Spider-Man.
cord.
My throat was crushed. I'm just a
I was
high
run
school
over
boy.
by a garbage truck. You might not be able to tell. I'm only 17. I'm a spry young man.
What would you have to do? You'd have to be like,
And he shuffles away.
Here I go, diving into traffic. Ugh. And then it's like you'd have to like dive, and then the car would have to boom right in the neck.
Yeah, it'd have to just clip just the neck.
The
Like, it could happen.
It's right in the neck.
You know, you just swing
Spider's weak spot.
Some of those trucks are mighty high.
Tyler sent me an extended forecast that has it raining until the 16th at least.
Get the fuck out of here.
Hey, watch your profanity.
Oh, I'm
Watch
sorry.
your family.
Now I'm just thinking of the scene where Miles is dangling Peter, the unconscious Peter, through the cars and into the Spider-Verse.
Oh, yeah.
Where he's
Yeah.
knocked unconscious. He's just as they're, in it's in Chicago because that's where the rail is. Wait a minute. He's in Chicago.
No, it was
but
in
he's
Spider City,
but he's
wasn't
in
it?
New York City. But then like Kai was talking about New York City and you're talking about San Francisco. And
They met in the middle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sam.
Well, there's a handful of towers that go from one, west coast to the east.
He swings
coast.
from like the phone towers. Like, thank God 5G's here. Spider-Man can go nationwide.
Just these
Midwest Spider-Man.
Yeah, dude.
There we go.
You know how much it sucked getting over here? I had to walk for hours in the desert, just like, there's no fucking trees or
I
anything.
had to swing from cactus to cactus.
Doing a lot of those straight zips and not so much swing.
Yeah.
Yeah, just straight. Yeah,
Yeah, it's a lot of pulls.
All of those
Yeah.
poles.
And you
all
gotta
of
be
the
careful because then if you
blast-off
pull yourself into the
Dude,
cactus, then you're getting
his shoulders
Oh.
be killing him.
God, dude, but it's
endless face
big
pulls.
old shoulders.
He's doing face pulls all day.
I was gonna say like Dwight Howard, but no one knows.
No one knows.
No one knows
No
Dwight
one
Howard
knows.
is.
Anyway,
Basketball
that's
player.
it. We're over. Show's over. We're
Oh,
out of time.
shit.
Damn.
It's 4:30. Stick
Barely
around for the
made it.
Age
Barely
post
made
team.
Post
it.
team.
They're doing something. Larry, what are they doing?
Oh, they're playing Game of Life 2.
Oh my God,
Oh,
you
you-
actually knew?
I do. Well, I was
Well, he
supposed to be
was
on it.
Awesome.
And then
Oh, that's what you
He
bailed
ditched
on.
him. Yeah.
yeah.
I knew something was happening, and it was funny. Trevor kept whispering, "Take that, Ashley. Take that."
Take it.
And I went, "Hang on." And you really wanted me to take
Point, yeah.
credit for removing Larry from his
Yeah.
other responsibilities, and I kept saying, "It's up to you." And you went, "Oh, it's not up to me.
Puppet man.
It's not up to me." Anyway, that was something. Something happened. The show's over. This guy's got to get out of this uniform. He's just making a mockery.
Damn, why are
out
you
of it.
sitting like that?
Crazy.
I want like an eye tracker on this episode.
Dude, dude, you want an eye tracker? Do that, but like, don't show his head, and it'll go through the roof. Like, you punch in, you show that, and then slowly zoom out to Alfredo looking over his shoulder. Because I'm telling you, people are gonna be like, "Yo, is that Black Widow?"
Don't.
We're done here.
All right.
Dropping peaches in the chat.
Whoa!
Bye.